Hey guys, welcome to the MFC. My name is Darian, and this video we are looking into all the secrets that battle mode could have on Mario Kart World. Let's get into it! Hey guys, once again, my name is Darian, and I'm so glad you could be tuning in to this video here on the Mario Family channel. It used to be called the MFC, and we're still keeping very true to creating more Mario-themed content. Especially right now, I'm very interested in this game, Mario Kart World, an open world experience for all of us. So if you want to see more videos and you want to support the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification if you want to be notified when more videos will be premiering for you. So in this video, we're talking about the question, is battle mode going to be returning? And if so, what are some of my predictions for what we can see? So let's get into the meat of our video today. So Mario Kart has always had a battle mode. It's the tried and true mode that's been in it from the very start. And we even saw some adaptations to the classic battle mode kind of scene in Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Now, I did not know this, but Mario Kart 8 had track adaptations that were battle modes. And I think it was kind of lazy, to be honest, but regardless of that, we saw a different variety, and I think with all the amazing inclusions of this game already, we could definitely see some changes and the inclusion of battle mode, of balloon battles and coin runners, and maybe a few others. We'll talk about those later, but I think the most relevant information that we have right now is we've already seen at least one, if not two or more battle courses that have been revealed in the game already. Let me show you a picture right now. On the screen, what you're looking at is N64 Big Donut. It is unmistakable to see that this is a recreation of this. It looks phenomenal, by the way, in the footage. We saw some boom booms kind of spinning around in there, and so it's possible that these are a fixture that will be permanently in there, and hopefully this will make Boom Boom an unlockable character, creating another character that I predicted that would be in this game. So if all of our, or at least most of our main enemies in the game will be adapted into playable characters, we could see Boom Boom. Now, N64 Big Donut, we're seeing a few changes here. We see ramps instead of tall walls. It's kind of those four dividers that are curved along the edges. And right now it's not sure if we can kind of glide or if they'll add glide ramps and if it did become an official battle course. But if you're not convinced with that one, let's look at the second one. Now, this footage that I'm currently showing you is off the DS Desert Hills / Shy Guy Bazaar area. This is going to be coming out to Airship Fortress. And what we're seeing is Wii Thwomp Desert. Now, we might not see the thwomp in the middle, but we definitely see an area. Now, this could be a reference to Dry Desert from the GameCube, or this could be the actual battle track of Wii Thwomp Desert. I think it's very likely, and I think the way how big it is, it could definitely be adapted and be the right size for a battle mode for it. But if this is not enough evidence for you, you know, we could probably potentially see other ones that we missed, haven't seen in footage. But if that evidence isn't enough, let's look at this screenshot from an official source we have showing the knockout tour here. I don't remember where I saw this. This might have been from a treehouse or from some other footage, but it's in great quality here. When you show Knockout Tour, number one, what we're seeing is an option to maybe toggle off intermission. So that's pretty exciting. Different topic for a different time. But let's zoom into the top here. What do you see? Next to the Knockout Tour logo, I'm seeing Balloon Battle and Coin Runners. And so it's officially confirmed that this game will have some sort of mode of Balloon Battle and Coin Runners. So the evidence is there, we're getting it, it's happening. So if it's happening, and because it is happening, I want to release my predictions so that the world knows what I think will be coming, in addition to the two that we've already seen. Now, let's talk about returning retro courses. Alright, so I'm about to put a graphic up on your screen right now. And on the bottom right corner, we're looking at SNES Battle Course 2. This is a water-themed level, and I think By Peach Resort would be a great area to have a cabana-themed battle course using the new kind of water riding mechanic with the boat or the jet ski, whatever you want to call it, how your cart adapts to these things. I think it'd be cool to have a water-based battle course, as well as another one we'll talk about in a second. Next one is N64 Big Donut, already confirmed, guys. Next one, GBA Battle Course 4. This one takes place in a oasis in the desert, and I think it'd be very cool to see that adapted. There's quite a few wide open areas, and an oasis would be a perfect place to recreate this battle course from the GBA. It actually gives us something from the GBA. We don't have anything from it quite yet, at least confirmed. Although we might be able to see GBA Rainbow Road still return as an element in the Rainbow Road track. We don't know yet. The next one I think is pretty obvious with the Sky High Sundae area, and on your screen you're gonna see an area where I think it could fit in pretty well if it was brought up maybe on stilts or something like that. It's GCN Cookie Land. Yes, this one has been brought back on the Wii, but also like in Mario Kart Tour, but I think this one would go really well with the area. You already got these cool signages on the side. You got the Yoshi Diner over there. I think with assets that are already in the game that this could be a really cool inclusion of a track, make it a lot bigger, and maybe not make it so that you can throw items right over those little barriers there. Or maybe you do. Maybe that could be a cool strategy for the track. Next one is DS Palm Shore. I think we probably could already see this track in the game. Maybe adapted into a little different look, but in the center having that main island with the sandbars around it. I think we've already seen in that area that I put it on the map some really cool islands, and it's possible that DS Palm Shore could be a amazing returning battle track. We haven't seen it quite yet, so we haven't seen it since the 3DS, and so I think that a really big blow up for Palm Shore could be a really cool concept for a track. Just add in a few extra islands and some extra space and you're free to go. And this will obviously take place on top of the water as well, similar to SNES Battle Course 2, and maybe even a little bit of that GBA Oasis kind of stuff as well. Gotta incorporate these new concepts in. With the Swamp Desert being the next idea, of course, you know, the tricking and all of that, like getting those boosts and maybe even having some of the rail riding like element of it. I don't know. We can make it a little bit more upgraded from what it was on the Wii. And then the next one is 3DS Honeybee Hive. Man, this one was such a solid battle course, and I would love to see it return, especially in that top right acorn area. I think it would fit in really well, and we already have a Bee Wario, and by the way, he's gonna be me and Supaloopa's nemesis from now on. We already see this crazy costume for him and some other characters, so the fact that Sting Bee is in the game already could very well see this track return, and maybe add in some of those flying elements, as there is a cool wind thing that could take you up into the air and fly around the track a little bit more, or maybe add some rails that could take you to another section as you grind on them. I don't know, it'd be super fun. Finally, I'm calling this Deluxe because we did not see any battle courses, officially at least, like the traditional battle courses on the Wii U, but I'm calling this Deluxe Dragon Palace. We have such a beautiful Japanese-inspired area, but we have very little information about it and not a lot of exploration. And so I think it'd definitely be feasible to tie in the new theming of that fall-inspired biome to Dragon Palace. And it's already a pretty big track as it is, so 24 players could be very accommodating in this track. So those are my ideas for returning courses, retro courses. But what about new courses? Well, I think kind of bringing the idea of taking tracks and adapting them to kind of a battle course mode was okay in Mario Kart 8, but I think we could take it a step further and really make, with assets that are in the game, make these battle courses something that are unique and special to those different biome areas. There, by the way, are 8 biomes that tracks can come from, and what I've chosen is 3 tracks per biome. And we'll talk about how that ties in later with us, maybe something really special that they could do with balloon battles. But here are my ideas, kind of going clockwise around the map. We're looking at King Boo's Castle. This track would take place within Boo's Cinema, and you get to explore the castle a little bit more. Luma Library is our second option. This is taking place in the Comet Observatory snow-themed area of Starview Peaks. And awesome, I think I think seeing a Luma themed like Super Mario Galaxy library and really taking that area that already exists and making a battle course out of it would be super neat. Next one is Peach Resort. We've already seen signage for Peach Resort on the Peach Beach map, but what if we could explore outside of the resort and inside of the lobby? I think it'd be really cool. Maybe even having revolving doors that you can blast through and have that be a strategy of the map, or see that Birdo fountain that we see in the icon for the map. But I don't think I've ever really truly seen that in the game at all from footage. So kind of incorporate that into it. Next one, kind of coming to the bottom of the map, is Dino Observatory. This would be taking place in Dino Jungle, in what used to be the ruins area where you would have that gap shortcut. This would take place in that area. And if you've noticed from the footage, there's different doors, or different like sealed doors with numbers on them, similar to how like Jurassic Park you have the raptor enclosures. I think that these doors could potentially open up and create narrow hallways for battling within there as well. So just expanding the track a little bit more for this battle course. Next one is DK Launch Bay. This takes place on the new DK track, similar to what I predicted. I was very happy to see something very close to the track that I was, a little bit different, but definitely classic Donkey Kong theme. Imagine Avengers Civil War where they're fighting within a airport. Well, this would be a very similar concept where you're doing a balloon battle or coin runners within an airport or launch bay setting. I think that'd be super cool. You got a bottom floor and a next level already with ramps connecting to it. Just adapt this into a battle track, and I think you have an excellent theme for a battle track. All right, next we're going to Whistle Stop Summit for Whistle Stop Station. This could take place within the winding paths of Whistle Stop's Summit, where you can grind on the rails and you can kind of explore, maybe go into a dark cave and kind of lie in wait for your enemy and snipe them from inside of the cave. I think that'd be really cool to have different tunnels and connecting tracks and rails in the train, kind of going around, creating this extra element. Maybe you can go on top of the train and ride it as it goes around, sniping people as you go. Could be a really cool concept for a battle course, but pretty simple as well. The next one is based off of the new Daisy's Castle that we're seeing. It's similar, it's an Arab themed like temple / castle, and it's all Daisy themed, and we're seeing a lot of references coming into Sarasa land. So I'm calling this Sarasa Spires, and this track takes place within Daisy's Castle and around the courtyard. The next one is Boom Boom Doom Ship. That's a mouthful right there, but this can take place either on the top of one of the airships, or Doom Ship depending on where you're from, or inside of it where Boom Boom is waiting and he's doing a spin move, he's flying all over, creating this extra obstacle as you guys are battling. It's almost like Chain Chomp Wheel, how you had this spinning chain chomp going around, creating this extra hazard. You got Boom Boom trying to like attack you and just doing his thing within there. So that can be a really cool concept. And the next one is in the classic Mario, SNES Mario Circuit Stadium area. And this would take place within that tiered building with the Mario kind of icon on the top of it. I'm calling this Dine and Dash, and this is a reference to the new food item in the game. How you can kind of maybe go through like a drive-through area or inside of that little restaurant, and I don't know what it is. It looks like a pit stop, but it could be a restaurant area with multiple levels that you can kind of go around, similar to like a block fort or a block plaza or a block city from all those past battle courses. So this would be your typical tiered battle course where you can go upstairs and kind of snipe people from the top and get to the tallest level and kind of level up that way. So I'm calling it Dine and Dash. I think it'd be so cool to see this Yoshi burger joint kind of adapted into a battle track. Puff Bluffs is a reference to Super Mario Galaxy 2, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But this would actually take place at the taller peaks of this track. I can't remember what it is called for the life of me, but I think it's like Puff Peaks, something like that. But this would take place with these new bouncy cloud platforms that we're seeing in the Great Question Block Ruins and in other points of the map. This would allow you to bounce off and keep your momentum in the sky. You'd be flying around, sniping people from the air. It'd be really cool to see that. More air battles, if you will, rather than just grounded, coin runners and balloon battles as well. So this one would take place place in the sky. The next one is a reference to a very unliked track from Mario Kart DS, and it's Yoshi Falls. Now in the Savannah area, we're already seeing there's a lot of falls that are taking place over there, as well as Cheep Cheep Falls. I mean, it's in the name, but over here specifically, I think that they could take the existing falls area and then add some of those wooden like platforms or those wooden ramps that they have and make it into the shape of the classic track Yoshi Falls over the water. And so it's a very high risk that you could fall off, or if you get hit on the water, it's going to rapidly take you down and you're going to lose a double life there. So you just got to be very careful with the falls element of the track. I think it'd be cool to see a reference to Yoshi Falls once again in Mario Kart. Alright, next one is also a reference. This is from Mario Kart Wii, Funky Stadium, but adapted into a skate park. Funky Skate Park. We've already seen a skate park element, like a half pipe, I think it's called. I'm not familiar with my Tony Hawk Pro Skater terms, but we've already seen kind of the element of being able to rail grind on there, and so why don't we create that into a battle course where you can grind on the rails, kind of make hasty escapes. Man, I think it'd be really cool to see something similar to Funky Stadium, which was a pretty fun track, but actually adapt it into a skate park with maybe skateboarding Shy Guys or something fun like that. The next one is Neo Bros Plateau, and this takes place in Mario Bros Circuit, and this is either on a plateau or within the little town where you have neon lights everywhere around you, and it takes place at night. Guys, I've been to Route 66 at night, and the neon lights are so cool. So if that was a part of a battle track where you're going in and out and the neon lights are shining, man, it'd be super duper cool to see that. We've already seen footage of free roam, and I think it'd be really cool to roam around those buildings, kind of sniping in and out. Neo Bros Plateau is what I'm calling it. We're getting to the end here, but the next one is called Mud Rally Arena, and this is a demolition derby themed track that takes place kind of near both Wario Stadium, which, you know, they could open up a part of the stadium for this, or through Choco Mountain. We're seeing both of these tracks very similar in proximity, and I think a demolition derby arena would be so cool. You got the oil cans, you got mud slicks. Man, this would be such a cool concept to incorporate both a lot of cool tricks in the air, doing multiple tricks now, but also riding the walls. Man, such a cool, fun idea. And in the right smack dab middle of the track, it's not Moo Moo Meadows related, it's Castle Courtyard. Now, if you watch my video of Nitro courses, I already named the track this, but we're not going to be seeing a courtyard themed track in this game, however. But we actually do see Peach's Courtyard, where there is a chain chomp, and there's some cool elements of that. So I think being in that area and in the inside of Peach's Castle for the course, Peach, what is it called? Peach. In the Peach Stadium track, man, that could be so cool to just kind of go in and out of that, explore the courtyard, watch out for the chain chomp, and just kind of battle within there. So right now, I've listed 23 tracks so far, 23 battle courses so far for you to enjoy. But since there's 24 players, why don't we add just one more? And this one, as Rainbow Road will be unlockable, this one will also be unlocked when you unlock Rainbow Road, and this I'm calling Golden Gates. Now this is coming from two references. It's coming from the fact that, like, when you get to heaven, you go to the pearly gates. So that's taking place in the sky, hypothetically. But also, I don't know if you realize, but on the leaks, Rainbow Road actually takes place above the bridge that connects the two sides of the island together. And so what's a long red bridge? The Golden Gate Bridge. And so there in the leak, there's this cool golden part. I don't know what that is yet as far as being a part of the Rainbow Road track. But if you have this round golden platform where you can fight on, and then these branching thin rainbow paths that are connected by different gates, and I think that'd be such a cool name for a track, Golden Gates. Multiple references there, and it'd be an unlockable track when you unlock Rainbow Road. So 24 battle courses in total for this game is what I'm predicting. It's a great selection. There's not too many, there's not too little, and we're seeing a full cast of returning tracks and adaptions of places that maybe you wouldn't normally be able to go, but you do get to go within battle mode. Items now. Having a battle mode exclusive item, like similar to how the feather was in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or the very forgotten bomb vehicle or the bomb car from the N64, I think it's a smart go here. There's also been some exclusions, like, you know, bullet bills and blue shells, so I think we'll continue to see item exclusions within battle mode. But I'm predicting, and I'm not making any solid like statements on like this is what I think we'll see for an item, but I'm predicting that we're going to see 1 to 2 battle mode exclusive items in this next game. I think it's very possible. I think it could be a trend going forward. So we might see the Piranha Plant come back. I think it'd be really kooky to see Piranha Plant, who is now playable, somebody that I predicted as well, holding a Piranha Plant for Renegade Roundup. But my personal opinion is that because we don't see the Piranha Plant item, nor we also have the Piranha Plant as playable, I don't think that we will see Renegade Roundup. Let's just leave it for the Switch version. You can play it, assumingly, on the Switch 2, so let's leave that mode for that. However, I think Bob-omb Blast is something that we could definitely see return. It was on the GameCube, and now we saw it again on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I think that was a really fun mode for a lot of people. I think it's already even been hinted at in the box art with Wario holding 2 bombs as he's flying in the air. Now, we've already proven that you don't need any hands to drive a kart. We've seen that with Sidestepper and Bonefin already, so right now we know that you don't even have to be holding the wheel in order to drive in Mario Kart, and so I think it's possible that either this is a creative design, or we might even be seeing the inclusion of double or triple bombs within the game. I think it's very likely to having that being a held item, similar to how when you hold up the golden mushroom or the star, that it's something that you hold in the air. Now, I don't know if you've noticed that, but we'll try to get some footage of that on the screen. So I think we could see the return of that mode, but definitely let's just focus right now on Balloon Battle and Coin Runners. I think we could see new takes on both of these modes. My thoughts are that Coin Runners could take a tip from New Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, it wasn't a very popular game, but one thing that I will say, it was popular enough to see the golden shell return from it. That is a new item in Mario Kart World. And so I think a concept where coins are in great abundance, and these probably will not add to your overall coin total in the game. These are just for the mode specifically. I think like pipes shooting out coins, or having those cool new coin blocks that you can kind of hit by doing a trick now when you hit a ramp and hit a coin block. Just scatter these around these battle courses, or even having just a heavier stream of coin-based items like the golden shell or the new coin block, or just a simple coin as an item. I think having that in this mode could be really cool. Now, where you could take it a step further is if Professor Egad gave you a vacuum cleaner if you're closer to last place, like similar to how Bullet is meant to help you catch up. What if there was a vacuum cleaner item that you can get when you're in a lower position that could suck up multiple coins and draw them into your inventory at once? Man, I think it'd be a really cool reference, similar to how the Poltergust and the Flood mechanic was within different Mario games. Like, let's see Egad return and let him have a cool contraption that we can use to suck in a lot of coins at once. And I think this could be a cool way to unlock Golden Mario. Say you get like 1,000 coins within a Coin Runners match, or the accumulatory value of 1,000 coins. If we see the return of gold characters like Gold Mario or Pink Gold Peach, I think this could be a very cool way to unlock them. But I think, by the way, it's highly unlikely that we will see them return. So I'm just putting that out there now. Finally, Balloon Battle mode. What do you think we could get with this? Well, I think it's very likely with the new Knockout Tour mode that we could see another Battle Royale style function in the game. And I think Balloon Battle Royale could be such a cool concept. Think of Fortnite in a way, and how that game works, where you have a map, a large map. In this case, it would, for my concept, would be 8 distinct biomes within the map so that you're not taking up too much space, right? That'd be huge, a huge place to battle your competition. But let's just take a chunk of the biome. Look at the screen right now. We got 3 courses that it could land on. So say like you start in the desert area and you have some boundaries that you're confined to. Well, as time is moving on and you're collecting items and you're strategizing maybe with a team or by yourself if you're playing a solo mode, or even some people have speculated, what about 24v24v24v24, like 96 player or even 100 player online experience? I think that's highly unlikely, by the way, but if they could pull it off like a Fortnite style 100 or 96 player royale, man, that would be incredible. If it was 96 to 100, I think full map would be more plausible. But in my concept, we have 6 teams of 4 players or just a free-for-all 24-player match. And you're seeing these boundaries, not quite a storm, but think of it as just like boundaries, and within 20 seconds or so, you have to, make it. They give you a lot of time to get there, and then 20 seconds after the timer runs out, you have to get there as quick as you can. If not, you're removed from the game. But I think using these biomes to narrow down 3 of the potential tracks at random every single time. So you're racing around, you're strategizing with your friends, and then as the time is running out, it ends with this battle stage that you are now confined to, and you have to, no matter how many players there are, you have to fit within this battle arena, and you are duking it out, defense, offense. I think that would be so cool to just like narrow it down to a battle stage specifically after having almost like a free roam in that one specific part of the map, and then suddenly you're narrowing it down to this single battle track only, and you gotta duke it out, and last player standing or last team standing wins. Man, I think it'd be so cool to see a battle royale in Mario Kart in this way specifically. Let's get some unique takes on classic modes in Mario Kart World. They're already spinning up the typical formula, if you will, so why don't we see some new takes on balloon battles, coin runners, even other modes? My prediction is that we will see some spin-ups of our classic modes in this game. Or maybe something as simple as how your cart drives if you have collected a lot of balloons or coins. For example, what if you collected a lot of balloons, and depending on how many you're collecting, it affects how fast or slow you go. For example, balloons make carts slower on land, float higher and longer, and also make you faster on water because you're more buoyant and light. Or while in coin runner mode, what if you are faster on land because coins make you faster somehow, slower on the water because you're more weighed down, and same in the sky, it makes you kind of sink to the ground faster. And so I think just these little changes alone could make balloon battles and coin runners just different enough to where it would keep people playing, and include more strategies like, do I want to hold more balloons because it's going to hold me back on a land-based track, or do I want to hold the most balloons so that I can fly the highest in this sky-based track? Yeah, it could incentivize players to pool their coins or balloons and create a greater risk versus reward factor that the game truly needs. So anyway, guys, those are my concepts for what I think we could see in a battle mode on Mario Kart World. We know it's returning. The evidence is there. So just my predictions, just getting them out there. I hope that it inspired you and make you think, hey, maybe we could see some of these things in the game. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a vacuum cleaner for coin runners, or a new item or an upgrade system, if you will, for a battle mode. Maybe an upgraded quicker shell or something like that. The possibilities are endless, and as we've seen with the character pool and just the open world concept and so many new things, nothing is out of the realm of possibility for Mario Kart World itself. So guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe if you haven't. This has been the Mario Family Channel. I'm Darian. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.